guys, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. Today I'm going to be taking you through my Notion setup for university. I'm only going to do my university template today since there's a lot of information on it that I want to share with you all and I don't want to overwhelm you. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like a tour of my personal Notion setup and I'll be sure to do that for you. Also let me know if you would be interested in purchasing my Notion template. I'm not going to be offering it for free since I've put a lot of time and energy into this organisation system. So let's get started.
Make sure to hit up the gram at Kate_UWE_. Okay, thanks, bye.
So here what you can see is my homepage. As you can see, I've got both my personal and university pages here, along with the weather and a cute little quote that says "You are the sun," which is a nice little memento to Grey's Anatomy, and that's where Christina tells Meredith, "He is not the sun, you are." But since I already have that quote on my wall, I figured I needed something different. I have a tracker that shows my percentage way through the day, month, quarter, year and life, which is a little bit morbid, but I like it as it helps me stay accountable for time and how I'm choosing to use it. I also have a few cute photos on there. These used to also be pages, but I have since had a shuffle around of my pages, and the two I had no longer seemed to fit my theme, and I also never used them. The thing I like about Notion is that it's fully customizable, including the font you work with. So up in the top right hand corner here, this is on every page, there are 3 dots, and if you click on them it allows you to change the font style for that page, and I personally have my pages on serif since I find it a lot nicer and it looks more like handwriting, so I find that just a bit prettier. So let's go into the university homepage. Here it is. So this is the homepage. First of all, you can see I have a cover. I mean, you could see it back on the homepage as well. This was just a little beige one, but here I have this art ceiling cover. I just thought it was really pretty. And then I have loads of links at the top of the page here. So these are for easy access to websites that I might need on a day-to-day basis. And you can do this literally just by typing anything here. So I'm going to type my YouTube, and then you press this link button when you highlight it, and you just type, youtube.com, and it hyperlinks it for you, and then anytime you want it, just click on it, and there it is. So my quick links include my Google Calendar, which honestly I've stepped away from using since Notion keeps track of everything for me. And all of my classes I write on my Blackboard, and that's dated weekly. Then I have my Google Drive, which is where I store all of my notes for easy access across my devices. So I have a Windows computer, but I have an iPad, an iPhone and a MacBook, so it's not exactly seamless transition between the 4. And this makes it easy for me to access my notes anywhere. I then have Blackboard, which is my university's hub for lecture contents. This is where I find all of my PowerPoints and all of my tutorial sheets. This is also the place I go for my lectures, since everything's online at the moment. Then I have my UE, which is my university's timetable system. It also has announcements on there as well as my exam timetable. Then I have my email, which is obviously my email, which I use for emailing my tutors. Then I have this links one, which actually opens a page, and it has lots of, less important links, but still links that I might want access to. And then I have my reading list. So then below that I have these little countdown clocks here, and I actually got this from a website which I'll link in the description below. I can't quite remember it off the top of my head, but I first have one for my autumn assessments, which very soon I probably should be revising for, but there we are. Then I have the end of level 1, which in my university we call it level 1 instead of first year, because they offer a foundation year for practically all the courses they do here. We call foundation year students level 0, and we call first year students level 1 students, so first year of the degree. And then I have a little tab for spring assessments, and I just like this because again it helps me keep track of my time and it makes me more accountable for the way I'm spending my time. Below that I have my student ID, so it's there just in case I need it and I forget it or whatever. It's just there for easy access. And I have this cute little quote, and it says, to be in the top 1% you have to be willing to do what the other 99% aren't, which since starting uni I think is so true. And then I usually have a clock here, but for some reason it's not working. I'll try and insert a screenshot of it where it's there, but obviously that's just to keep track of time. And then here I have all of my pages. I know it says links, but I'm going to refer to it as pages. I've already said links a fair few times. So I have my all of my modules. I have a class preparation page, my class notes page, which I'm not actually going to go into detail about today because that's a whole separate video in itself. I have coursework, a grade calculator courtesy of Janice Studies, and then have a master schedule, again courtesy of Janice Studies, but I've also altered this to make it like more suited for me, but the template itself comes from Janice Studies, so make sure you head over to her and get this template. And then I have a list of societies, which I'm also not going to go into today because it is literally just point blank a list, so it's kind of boring, there's no hyperlinks or anything, so it's a bit irrelevant. And then this is the fun stuff here. So I have my to-dos and I have my deadlines, and as you can see here, these are both referenced from my master schedule. So my master schedule is where I keep absolutely everything, and then I have the two most important things here on my homepage referenced in. So here I just have all of my to-dos, which is really nice because as soon as I'm done with something, say I finish my cytogenetics flashcards, I can just tick it off and boom, it's gone. But I haven't done that, so I'm going to reverse that. I also have a date where I am like aspiring to complete that work, so it makes me again accountable for my time. I have a corresponding notes section, so this is where this will link to my class notes. So this is a roll-up relation of my class notes, and then I can just click here, say this is cardiovascular, and then I can just add it here and it's there if I need it. I then also have the week, academic week relation, so I know where to look on Blackboard for the relevant PowerPoint or tutorial, and I know where to go to find the recordings. I then have this little urgency tab, so I know what I can distinguish as what needs to be done right now or what can be done later on in the day, and I just find it easier, and it just makes it a lot easier for me to prioritise because I'm not very good at that. I then have my classes, so I know which task is related to which class, so at the moment you can see I've got a lot to do for biomedical skills. And then I have the deadline, which I have a little bit further back because I tried to get it all done before the deadline, but obviously it needs to be there just, in case. But so that this is the deadline set by the university for that work to be done by. Well, apart from my revision and notes, that is a deadline I've set for myself. And then at the very end I have this task section, which is how I'm filtering it all. So they all say to do, so if I click on this filter button here, you can see that my filter for this is where the status is incomplete and where the task contains to do. And that is the easiest way to filter it out, because if I remove this filter, then everything that's just incomplete comes in here, which is not what we want. We want it to just be to-dos. So over here I have my deadline section, which is exactly the same as my to-do section per se, except this is filtered down to exams, quizzes and coursework. It's filtered the exact same way. They're both ordered by deadline, so they're all in chronological order of their deadlines, so I know what needs to be done first and second and what fourth. So I have the deadline to organise it, and then I also have the urgency to help prioritise it. But here, obviously, when I do my exam on the 28th, I will tick this off as done and boom, it goes away. But in my master schedule, I have a overall table for exams and everything, and that includes exams I've done. So it is basically a table of all the exams and all the quizzes and all the coursework I have ever done whilst at uni, which would be a nice little fun trip down memory lane. And then further down, I have a further hyperlink of all my modules. So basically this is an overview of my level 1 modules. So as you can see, I've got my 4 modules here. So I've got biomedical skills, cells, biochemistry and genetics, human anatomy and physiology, and infection and disease. The images don't really hold any significance, they're just kind of there to make it look pretty, but they have some kind of relation to the topic, so it means I don't have to like properly look to know what I'm clicking on. It's in a gallery view, so I can change this to be in a list view if I do table real quick, and it shows it all as a table, but I prefer it in this gallery view. It just makes it look a lot prettier and it's just nice and presented. So each module has on the photo or like gallery view box thing, it has the corresponding Blackboard link. So if I click on this link here, it should take me to the biomedical skills homepage. It has the course credits, so this is how many credits the module's worth, the module leader, and which is also hyperlinked to a big list of, well, a big database of people. And then it also has for what semester that module falls in. So for all 4 of my modules this year, they are all throughout semester 1 and 2. So I've just finished semester 1 and these modules will continue with me throughout the whole of semester 2. And then further down we have this random links, which is basically just a load of research links from when I was doing coursework, and I just kind of plopped it there. And then I just have some pages I was messing around with. Just to try and, because I'm always making changes to this template, I'm always like fixing it up and there's always something I can do better with it, so I just like to kind of play around and see what works best. Now I'm going to take you through my university pages, so that's here on this links section. So the first page I'm going to be taking you through is my modules page. This looks a little bit better because it's supposed to have all of my modules throughout my degree, but obviously I'm only 1 semester in as opposed to 6, so I only have my level 1 content here. As you can see, I've already kind of blocked it off so that I'll have a level 1 section and then I'm going to have a level 2 and a level 3 section. But this is basically just kind of the same layout as on the homepage, but this is where all the modules will be listed as opposed to filtered down to the year. Next I have my class preparation page, which I don't really use anymore. It's kind of been moved out by the class notes page that I have. And that kind of filters everything down, like it includes the revision resources, it includes further reading and the notes, so this kind of becomes a little bit redundant, but I thought I'd show you anyway. Here I have the name of the lecture, the date it happened on, the day of the week. This thing doesn't really matter, but I guess it's just kind of nice to know. The module that the lecture was related to, the class type, so whether it was a practical, a lecture, a tutorial, an exam, etc. Then the corresponding class notes, and then I have these little check boxes, which is like, did I do the prep work, which I don't often have, which also kind of made this a little bit redundant. Did I attend the lecture, which obviously I did. Did I do the notes, and did I make the revision resource? And then I also filter it down to like what I'm having this week. So next I have this coursework tab, which is a relation of my master schedule. Which is literally all the coursework I have ever done and ever will do apparently, but I like to have my percentage, like the percent that coursework is worth to the module, if that makes sense. So for example, my employability coursework for biomedical skills is 10% of my final biomedical skills grade. I have this status bar, which is how I know whether I've done it or not. The deadline, of course, the class it corresponds to. It looks like there's a lot for anatomy and physiology, but the coursework portfolios are broken down into 4 parts, so I like to have them all, well, technically 3 parts, because one of the parts is attending the practical, but I like to break it down into all 3 parts of that portfolio, which is why it looks like I have lots of stuff, and it all gets released at different times, so it's just easier to have it all separate. It just looks like a lot. And then obviously, so the class, and then I have the name of the coursework, so I know what I'm doing. Next I have my grade calculator, which I haven't really dabbled with yet. It's a little bit confusing. All the like mathsy stuff that you can do with the tables in Notion kind of confuses me, but I'm gonna have a play with this and see what I can get out of it. I'm hoping it will be very useful, but it doesn't help that I don't really know the weighting of my modules. I just kind of like do it and hope for the best. So next is my master schedule, and this is where everything is. Like, everything lives here. Like, as you can see, this is just long. I mean, I don't have a lot more to do, but this is everything I've done since starting in October. So it has the status bar, which is where I can like find everything. Well, no, this is just the to-dos. This is the all tab. This is everything I've done since October. I thought it looked a little bit short. This is everything I have ever done and ever will do since the start of October. So yeah, it filters down into to-dos. I also have it filtered down into modules, so if I want to find out coursework I did 2 weeks ago for anatomy and physiology, I'll go to anatomy and physiology and I will look for last week. So yeah, if I wanted to find the stuff I did last week, then I will go here. So this is all the stuff I did last week. So in the to-do section, this is all the to-dos I have ever done. So if for some reason I ticked off a to-do and I didn't mean to but didn't realise until like 10-20 minutes later, I can go back in here and untick it and it'll be back on my to-do list here. See, employability coursework, but I've done that, so I'm not going to confuse myself. And then my societies is literally just a list of my societies I'm in. One of my goals this year is to try and be more active in my societies. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and also let me know if you want those further Notion tutorials or like flip through kind of thing. Make sure you head over to my Instagram, which is at Kate_UE_ for study grammar aesthetics, my stories, which I try to post daily on, but I'm not very good at it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.